In this week's parsha, we see a beautiful pasuk. The pasuk says, listen to this. And Avram took all the people that he made in Haran. People that he made in Haran? What's going on? A business of making people? What is this, a little art project? You have a little person, you made him out of clay or Play-Doh or whatever. He started making people in Haran. What is it talking about? So Rashi, the Heilige Rashi, Rav Shlomo Yitzchaki explains as follows. Rashi says, what does it mean, Asher Asu v'Haran? The people he made in Haran? Rashi says, no, that's not the point. Avram Avinu went, literally, and he brought Jewish men back to Judaism. He made them and showed them the greatness of Torah. Sarai Imenu, the wife of Avram Avinu. She took women, she brought them closer to Yiddishkeit. She showed them the greatness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And they converted. They saw the greatness. They saw Torah. They saw mitzvos. Wow, it's amazing. And they joined. They came in. And they converted. So literally Rashi is teaching us something so beautiful. That when a Jew brings a person, or even another Jew, bring them closer to Yahadut, brings them closer to Judaism, it's as if he made them, wow, Chiddush Nifla. It's as if he made them. People think, it's just a Rashi. Rashi, this is beautiful Rashi. Rav Ovadia Yosef, Zecher Tzadiv Kadosh Levacha, one of the top Sephardic luminaries in the past few years, past generation, whose Hilulah, his Yartzeit, was just recently. He says one of the greatest things a Yid can do is bring another Yid, is bring someone who's not connected to Torah yet, and bring them back, and show them the greatness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But he says one thing it requires patience. We know the famous Medrash in this week's Parsha. I'll explain the story as follows. Medrash explains, one day Avram's over there chilling in his nice mansion of a tent, sipping on some nice desert chai, desert tea. Beautiful. And in walks in a 90-year-old man, and they start schmoozing an hour, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours later, speaking about God, the greatness, Torah, the purpose of life, and all that. And Avram, after the 5-hour conversation, asked him the $1 million question. He says, "No, so what do you think?" The man looks at him with a smile. He says, "My friend, Abe," pulls out the idol, the pocket god, and says, "This is the creator of the world." Avram Avinu nearly falls off his chair. What? Or his pillow. What? You think after the 5-hour conversation, you think this little thing is the creator of the world? You weren't listening in the past 5 hours? Kicks him out of his house. Leave, Kish, get out of here. What are you doing wasting my time for? Hashem comes to Avram, Medrash explains, and he says, Avram, patience, shweya, wait, patience, just a little. Had you waited a little longer, the guy would have been a true believer. He would have been connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He would have said Hashem Echad, Shema Echad. He would have believed. He would have seen the proper path of life. Right away, Avram Avinu hears this. Oh my gosh. So running after the guy, brings him back for tea, part 2. Talks to him a little more. By the end of the conversation, the man already is saying, Hashem Echad, God is one, Shema Echad, and his name is one. Teaching us in regards to KIRUV. By the way, when I say KIRUV, I'm not talking to rabbis, I'm not talking to public speakers, I'm not talking to organizations. You don't have to be any of these people. Any Jew can do KIRUV. But when it comes to KIRUV, this week's Parsha Lech Lecha is teaching us. When it comes to bringing a Yid closer, it requires one thing: patience.